Well, good morning, MPC kids. Today we are looking at the first chapter in the book of Mark. The book of Mark is one of those books we call the Gospels, where we learn about Jesus' life. And we're looking at a special moment today when Jesus got baptized. Baptism is kind of like communion. They're both sacraments, and sacraments are visible things we do, symbolic things we do, to celebrate the promises of God. The promises that Jesus gave us, that we would always have him with us, that he would forgive us, and that he would always and forever love us. Communion celebrates Jesus' sacrifice, his death and his resurrection for us, and baptism celebrates him giving us the Holy Spirit and the new life we can have with Jesus. Today we're looking at Jesus' own baptism with the Hellman Pets. Jesus' baptism with the Hellman Pets. This week's story starts with a guy with really crazy hair that did everything kind of crazy. He was John the Baptist, and he did things really different. Instead of cereal, he ate bugs and honey for breakfast. He was also Jesus' cousin. It was good that he was different because he needed to get people's attention. God needed John to help people understand that the way they were living and doing church stuff wasn't good for them. God wanted them to know his love and let his love change their lives, to help them prepare their hearts for Jesus. God had John baptize the people. He would lower them into the water and help them back up. It was like a bath for their hearts and minds, and a reminder that they were going to change. John was baptizing people when Jesus showed up, and boy, was he excited. John knew it was Jesus and said, "Look, it's the one who has come to change the hearts of the world." John knew that someday Jesus would baptize people differently with the Holy Spirit. Jesus asked John to baptize him too. Jesus didn't need to be baptized, but he wanted to show that he was there for the people. He was one of us, even as he was God's son. He was coming for us to change our hearts with his love. John didn't think he was good enough to baptize Jesus. It was Jesus after all, but he did it. When Jesus came up out of the water, something amazing happened. It was like heaven opened up and everyone got a peek inside. Light shined down on Jesus, kind of like that star when he was born. And a dove appeared over his head. A voice, the voice of God the Father, said the things we all love to hear from our parents. "This is my son. I love him and I'm proud of him." What an amazing moment for Jesus. I wonder if it made him feel happy and warm and fuzzy inside, even while he was standing in the river. People still get baptized today, sometimes when they're babies or sometimes when they're older, but not always in rivers. Some churches use pools. Some, like ours, use just a sprinkle from a bowl of water. Baptism is one of our sacraments, like communion. It's something special we do to remind everyone that we have Jesus with us because he gave us the Holy Spirit. And when we baptize babies, it's a great time for the family and the church to promise to help that baby grow with Jesus' love. After the amazing moment of his baptism, Jesus had to go to the desert for a while, where he was surrounded by wild animals, and things got scary. But that is another story. But baptism is a great reminder that whether we are having an amazing moment or a scary one, God's love is always with us. Well, MPC kids, whether you are baptized as a baby or you choose to get baptized someday, maybe in our church with our cool baptismal font, it'll be a celebration because it's something we do not just for ourselves and our families, but for our whole church family too. The sacraments are great times of celebration and knowing that God will always be with us and always and forever love us.